I'm really looking forward to listening to Felix Irwan today. It's going to be super fun. Thank you so much for recommending this song, this cover of When We Were Young by Felix Irwan. It was super helpful when you recommend songs to me because then my mind just opens up to all these things that I never knew, like Dimash. I had no idea what I was missing, and now I'm like, how long do I have to wait before I do another Dimash reaction, because I don't want to overdo it. Can you overdo it? My dears, can you overdo it with Dimash? I doubt it. Hey, it's Serene at Serene Vocal Studio. I'm so glad you're here. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like what you see, and let's get into it. Felix. Beautiful, clean guitar playing, plucking. Oh yeah.
Everybody loves the things you do, from the way you talk to the way you move. Everybody here is watching you, 'cause you feel like home. You're like a dream come true. But if I change, you're here alone. Can I have a moment before I go? 'Cause I've been by myself all night long, hoping you're someone I used to know.
Oh my gosh. So, tears are happening. You're welcome. It wouldn't be a SVS video if tears weren't happening, right? Oh my gosh, his gorgeous guitar playing. It's so clean. I noticed that he has a steel string guitar, which is great as an acoustic guitar. I also love nylon string as well. The steel string guitar gives it a really a good twang and a very sharpness to the notes that I think fits well with the blend of his voice and how he's singing the song, because his tone mixes really well with the steel string guitar, which I love. I had zero expectations going into this, but like seriously, I mean, I did not expect him singing this in the style that he's singing it. I kind of love it. And it brings a whole new feeling to Adele's song. You know what I'm saying? This type of very deep feeling and emotion that is elicited in his voice is very moving, especially when you have a really good recording behind the video, and especially when you hear it in headphones. I feel like everything becomes so much more potent when you hear it in headphones. So use your headphones, friends. Use your headphones. Okay, let's keep going.
You look like a movie, you sound like a song. My God, this reminds me of when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were afraid of getting old. It made us restless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song.
I find it really interesting how he uses his vowels with the type of style that he's singing. The way he uses his vowels is quite unique. It's very pop and almost a little bit country as well. I don't want to go too far out on the ledge and be like, oh my gosh, he's country, because he may just be doing it in this style for the song. This is the first song I've ever heard him sing, and I haven't heard him sing anything else, so I don't know if he does stay in that land of country, but for this particular piece, that's what he's doing, which is great. It sounds beautiful. If I were to make the assumption this is the style that he usually sings in, I would probably say, yeah, it's definitely leaning country to me. So some of his vowels are very open as he sings into them, and then some of them are more closed, which I think can help place the sound where you want it to be. Depending on your own anatomy, I probably couldn't sing it exactly the way he's singing it and have the exact same sound because I have different anatomy, and he has found the thing that works the best for his voice in the sound and the style that he wants, which I think that's super great. And he's very musically going about singing this song. Let's keep going.
I was so scared to face my fears. Nobody told me that you'd be here. And I swear you moved overseas. That's what you said when you left me. You still look like a movie. You still sound like a song. My God, this reminds me oh, when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light in case it is the last time that we might be exactly like we were before we realized we were afraid of getting old. It made us restless.
Oh my goodness, I'm loving how he's singing this chorus. It feels like it has a little bit more oomph behind it, a little more grit. He's added in some nice slides, which sounds so nice in his voice, and he does it with such effort. One thing that I think would make this song tricky for other male singers to replicate is that if you don't have that really nice upper mixy sound in more of your heady space, I could see a lot of strain happening, and we don't want that strain to happen. It'd be like, right here. If you're having strain, you're not having enough support. And if you're not having enough support, then, you're kind of not in a good place with your voice. So strain is never a good idea. You always want to be nice and relaxed. And the tension where, sometimes we feel tension in the music and we feel like, oh, we have to like make it happen from here. But really, there's a couple different places that tension lie, which should never be in the vocal area or the neck, like straining from here. You want to have the tension down in your diaphragmatic area, like where your diaphragm is and where your breathing are, and all the muscles that you use to really breathe with that belly breath, right? And other tension that could be happening would be thoughts behind what you're singing, because the thoughts you have going through your head at whatever line you're singing is going to play directly into how your sound sounds, if that makes sense. So when I was doing some acting coaching within singing, we would take it line by line by line. Okay, what is the thought behind it was just like a movie, it was just like a song, so to speak. I have these words in front of me right now. What's the emotion behind it was just like a movie, right? It was just like a song. And what is going through your head at that moment. So anytime you want to bring more of that emotion, I think I have a hair in my eye. Not good. Anytime you want to bring more emotion into your singing and into your song, it would be really good for you to tediously go through each line and find what thought and what emotion is attached to that thought, so that when you sing it, you can have that emotional performance that you are looking for, and not just like, I'm just singing a song, blah, 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 right? He has so much emotion happening, and there's so much behind how he's singing this song. It is truly, it's delightful. I like it a lot. Let's keep going.
It was just like a movie. It was just like a song. When we were young, when we were young, when we were young, when we were young.
Oh, right there during the bridge on When We Were Young. Really nice. You know what's great? Because he's just staying right here with lips flared right up against his mic. Now, if you were to sing this song right now, how would you sing When We Were Young? How would you sing it? Try it. I would place a bet and a gander. You can pause right here to try it. Pause. Okay, and then come back. But if you pause and sing When We Were Young, he did it like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times, something like that. But there is a tendency anytime we have that E vowel to go when we were young, to spread this way, right? When really we want to keep it here in this place. When we were young, kind of having the lips flared forward a little bit. Doesn't have to be super like Sebastian-y, like, oh, hello. But really, you're in this place of when we were young, not when we were young, because that, anytime your lips are going to spread out, you're going to get a vowel that is not super pretty.
It's hard to admit that everything just takes me back to when you were there, to when you were there.
There's some really nice twang in his voice right here. It gives a lot of character into his voice.
And a part of me keeps holding on, just in case it hasn't gone. I guess I still care. Do you still care?
Wow. When he was coming down from that, he was coming from a very tensionous place, and then he relaxed a little bit to make it a little more beautiful, and he goes back and forth so effortlessly.
It was just like a movie. It was just like a song.
Ugh.
My God, this reminds me, oh, when we were young. Let me photograph you in this light, in case it is the last time that we might
Chills happening.
be exactly like we were before we realized we were afraid of getting old. It made us restless. Oh, I'm so mad I'm getting old. It makes me reckless. It was just like a movie. It was just like a song when we were young.
Love it. Oh my gosh. And at the end there, when we were young, and he had it open, young, and then he closed it. Really nice. Love that. Thank you so much for this recommendation. It was such a pleasure to listen to Felix sing the cover of Adele, When We Were Young. It just takes me back. And it was so fun to hear that steel string guitar against his leaning country-esque voice. But I loved his style. There was so much grit and passion in his voice, and really at the beginning I felt really emotionally attached to what he was singing. It was so beautiful. So thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe below, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time here at Serene Vocal Studio. Peace!